quote that was very good
So,
about
how you doing?
How are you?
I'm great.
Christopher, which teams have you met with here at the Combine formally so far?
I met with the Jets, Cleveland, Washington, and Chargers, and I met with a lot of teams informally as well.
Were the Buccaneers one of those?
Informally, yes, sir.
You just talk about your versatility. You did a lot of things at Georgia in the backfield, playing in the slot, etc.
Well, coming through high school, I played corner, and I had the opportunity to switch through safety throughout my college career, and also playing some snaps at the nickel position and money position as well. And like I said, even having snaps at corner in practice, UGA really helped me build my versatility. Me having so many great coaches, Coach Tucker, Coach Brown, Coach Muschamp, Coach Smart, they really helped me build my versatility, and they always explain how they can increase my value when I get to this point in my career.
Chris, what do you know about the Buffalo Bills?
I know they got a great organization. They got a lot of great players, a lot of great DBs as well. I know Cook, my former teammate, is on the team as well. I know a good bit about the Buffalo Bills.
What do you think of the season that James Cook had in his rookie year, and what do you think his potential is for an NFL running back?
My boy had a great season. He had a good rookie season. I feel like he contributed to that offense in a big part, in a big way. And like I said, the sky's the limit for Cook, and he got a lot of talent. And I can't wait to see what he does in his sophomore year.
Hey, Chris, you make a lot of plays from single high alignments, and you have a quick trigger downhill and get into the post. What kind of can you contribute that to being able to quickly turn and run and find the football?
Well, I've been playing football for a long time, so it just goes into my instincts. And like I said, studying the game and knowing what's coming. Like I said, I like to study formations. Certain offensive coordinators, they have certain things that they like to do on certain plays. And that also goes back to the culture that we built at the University of Georgia, always knowing what you need to do in certain situations. It definitely helps me make plays within games.
It seems like on the field you were one of the leaders on that secondary one position and whatnot. What was your responsibilities like with Georgia's defense and getting the secondary calls and making
like you said, getting the calls, communicating to the linebackers, corner, and the opposite safety. And like you said, we had a lot of younger guys that didn't have as much playing time the years before. Very talented, but like you need to have that experience on the field to become a good player. And like I said, I just did my best to give my experiences to them because, like I said, they have the talent. And at the end of the day, all they needed was for me to take them under my wing and show them the way. And that's all I wanted to do. And like I said, those guys are going to do a good job handling their business. Like I said, we got players with a lot of great ambition, a lot of talent and whatnot, and they're going to be fine.
Chris, is you had a chance to talk to Jalen Carter in the last few days?
No, sir, I have not.
A lot of people are going to have questions, obviously, about him, his character. What can you say? Obviously, what can you say about it?
All I can say is I'm praying for him.
Chris, this is Gary Jones for BMA Sports. I'm out of Atlanta, Georgia. First, I would like to send my condolences out to your teammate, Debbie, as well as the other staff members that lost their lives, and how it affected the community. And Chris, you are not taking anything granted for concerning your future career, football career. After the championship game, you went straight to Fort Lauderdale and started training at XPE Sports.
Yeah.
Do you think your ability to play safety and cornerback will enhance your ability to go high in the draft?
Yes, sir. I definitely think it will enhance my ability to go high in the draft. Like I said, versatility is very important in the NFL, and the more things you can do for a team, the higher your value increases.
Chris, we're seeing the SEC schedule model is going to change, and people are debating if there will be a 9-game schedule and 3 pods. If there were 3 SEC teams that Georgia should play every year, what 3 teams would you like to see Georgia play in the SEC every year?
First and foremost, Florida. Should always play Auburn. And I'll say Tennessee.
Tennessee. Over South Carolina. Do you feel like, is that a bigger rivalry than South Carolina? Does it feel like it?
I'm not sure. Each year ties change depending on how games are going between teams and whatnot. But I think those are the three solid teams to have in the pod.
How would you describe the, I don't know if relationship or rivalry, but what's the vibe between Georgia and Alabama? You didn't get to play them last year, but there seems to be an awareness maybe? How would you explain that dynamic?
Obviously, for the past few years, the 2 best teams in the SEC. And like I said, when you got 2 competitive teams, 2 great coaching staffs with a lot of talent, it's always going to be a great game between the 2. And it's always a game you look forward to. And like I said, a lot of our coaching staff came from Alabama. You know, our head coach came from Alabama, so we do a lot of things, a lot of similar things on the football field. So whenever you have those two similar teams, like you said, with a lot of talent, it always makes for a good game and a great atmosphere.
Do you think juniors? What are many missing about Jalen? Is he misunderstood?
No comment. Like I said, I'm praying for him and everybody involved in that situation that he's in right now. But like I said, I'm just praying for him.
Do you think juniors who maybe in the past would have considered coming out will become more tempted? Late round projections will be more tempted to stay in with NIL now, play things out, maybe increase their stock?
It just all depends on what you feel personally. Like you said, if you have the dream of always pursuing the NFL, I feel like personally that's an opportunity you can't miss. No matter junior, senior, fifth year, or whatever. Like you said, the NIL is definitely changing the college football landscape, but it all just depends on your preference personally.
Chris, how do you try to process the crash and then dealing with that fire that you learned yesterday?
No comment.
Chris, the Falcons have shown interest in you. How would you gauge that level of interest against other teams?
I can't really tell right now. Like you said, I'm just trying to enjoy the process and going through this process, interviewing with teams, and just try to show how what I am as a player and what I bring to the table for an organization.
You said you had a formal interview with Washington?
Yes, sir.
What stood out about that, if anything?
Like I said, I had the opportunity to meet the head coach and a lot of people in the front office. And like I said, you can tell they're all good guys and they know ball and what they're talking about, and they're trying to really, really build their organization into something special.
Chris, you could have come out last year. What do you think going back to Georgia did for you?
It did a lot for me. Like you said, it helped me build my leadership skills first and foremost. I had the opportunity to become better as a man and better as a player, and I had the opportunity to do some special things at UGA. I was able to become an All-American, which is one of my lifelong dreams. Go back-to-back national championships, win the SEC championship for the first time, that had eluded me before. So like I said, I was able to accomplish a lot of things and become better in a lot of facets of my life.
Is your pendant a championship ring? Is that what you're wearing?
No, it's not a championship ring. So my nickname is kind of Soldier. It's like a soldier hat. So if you look on the back, it says it got soldier inscripted on the back. So it's just to commemorate what I go by to certain people.
Yeah, where did that nickname come? Where did Soldier Chris come from?
It just started out as an Instagram name for me. Like I said, it was a certain mentality that I want to have on the field, like soldier, like just going to war with my brothers. And some of my friends, some of my close friends started calling me it at first, and then it trickled down to coaches and fans and whatnot. And like I said, it took on a life of its own. So that's basically where it came from.
Chris, you mentioned the championships. What's it like to be back in Indianapolis where y'all won the first one?
Oh yeah, when we first walked in here, I said it's a lot of great memories in here. Like I said, it brings back a lot of nostalgia being here, like when you won your first championship. And like I said, I had a great memory here. Definitely being here this time, it's a different kind of process. You're not here with your team and whatnot, but definitely bringing back a lot of memories. This place gave me one of the most special moments of my life, and I'm forever grateful for that.
From an on-field standpoint, where do you feel like you improved the most spending another year at Georgia?
Just my ability to process the game at the end of the day. That just comes with experience, having those extra 15 games to really show what I could do and build my versatility as a player.
Chris, several of your teammates have been arrested, former teammates have been arrested for speeding, for racing, for alcohol issues. Does that say anything about the Georgia football program?
No, sir, not at all.
Why do you say that? What's the culture like?
No comment.
Hey, Chris, over 40 guys here at the Combine are from either high school ball in Georgia or played college ball in Georgia. What is it about you growing up to put a smile on your face? Why is it so special?
In the state of Georgia, the great state of Georgia, I personally feel like it's the best state for football. I know some of the guys here might disagree, but like I said, we just have it all around. We got O-linemen, D-linemen, DBs, linebackers, running backs, quarterbacks. I just feel like we're the best state for all-around football at the end of the day. And like I said, there's other states that definitely come close, but I think we're at the top for sure.
Combine living up to your expectations? Have you faced any awkward questions in the interviews or anything like that? Any examples?
Yeah, nothing too awkward. Like I said, just trying to go through this process and enjoy it. Obviously it takes a lot of time and it puts a lot on your plate. But at the end of the day, that's what you're here for, and you only get this opportunity once. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna cherish it and enjoy it.
Nolan told a story about his welcome moment and getting his nose broken by Solomon Kinley. And
said Nolan?
Yeah, he was talking about getting his nose broke. You were probably there for that. What was your moment? Do you remember your
welcome moments?
And who delivered it? I guess.
Actually, I would say Matt Landers. He's here at the combine. He ended up transferring to Arkansas. And like I said, when I first got there, I was at corner, and he was just giving me the business like every practice, like deep ball after deep ball after deep ball. And that's when I first kind of noticed, like, I have some work cut out for me. Like you said, Matt, obviously a tremendous athlete, tremendous receiver. That's why he's here right now. And like I said, he definitely gave me that wake-up call when I first got to the University of Georgia.
Chris, in your postseason training, what physical things and what technique things did you decide to focus on?
I want to focus on my speed and my jumping. I feel like that's very important as a DB. And first and foremost, I wanted to have a good 40 time, so that's what I was really focused on, and I plan on showing that on Friday.
Chris, when you turn the defensive funnel, what call do you want to hear? What's your favorite play
Oh,
call?
I can't give away any calls, so no comment. It's a few of them.
Even in general, you don't have to.
Probably like a 2-trap. Yes, sir.
Your skills on the field speak for themselves. What type of football character would you bring to the team?
First and foremost, I'm a great relationship guy. I build relationships with all my teammates. When I come in, I want to light up the room, bring a lot of joy. But like I said, when it's time to work, it's time to work. I'm going to put my head down, and I'm going to give my all, effort-wise, and push into my limits no matter what.
What's going on inside your head right now? Is it hard to deal with all this outside distractions right now? Do you feel focused right now? How are you feeling inside?
No, sir. I just try to be where my feet are. And, I'm just living present in this moment right now, enjoying talking to all y'all guys. At the end of the day, like I said, I'm trying to enjoy this process. I only get to do this once.
Chris, what are some of the guys that are going to be trying to replace you at the position you played at safety in terms of, what can they bring to the table? Can you talk about them specifically?
Plenty of names. You got Malachi Starks, David Daniel, Dan Jackson. You got a young kid, Jonell Aguero. I think you got Pepe Wood, 2 freshmen coming in. They all bring different things to the table at the end of the day, but you have to know if they're at the University of Georgia, they're special talents at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, it's all going to come down to who can provide the best fit for our team at the end of the day. All of them can play anywhere at the end of the day. And like I said, there's plenty of names that are going to be battling for a position in that secondary.
Chris, obviously Kirby Smart's known to have a pretty complex defense, especially in the back end. When you get on the whiteboard with these teams, how helpful is it to come from a defense that is basically NFL caliber already?
Yeah, it's definitely helpful. Like you said, we're very complex. We have probably over 100 plays that we run even on, depending on a week-to-week basis that we can choose from. And like I said, it's very helpful when I'm able to get in front of a board and show an NFL team what I know, my knowledge in terms of my knowledge of the game.
Chris, fellow Georgia boys, so first of all.
Yes, sir.
Second of all, have you met with the Dallas Cowboys yet?
No, sir, I have not.
Okay, but what would it mean if you were able to join a defense that features guys like Trayvon Diggs, coordinated by Dan Quinn, you got Michael Parsons, making the back end easy for you guys with the
it would mean a lot. Obviously, Dan Quinn does a great job with that defense, and it's one of the best defenses in the NFL. And like I said, to be able to play with such special talents, like you said, Trayvon Diggs and Michael Parsons, would definitely be a blessing. No, sir.
What teams have you formally so far?
Cleveland, the Jets, Washington, and the Chargers. Browns is good. All my formals went great.
Chris, a lot of Georgia fans will obviously remember you for the pick 6 against Clemson, the 96 or 97-yard block field goal return against LSU. But are there any games that mean more to you? I mean, those were obviously big moments, but are there any games you take away, special moments over your career at Georgia, outside of those 2 moments?
Obviously, the first national championship I was able to win. Like I said, that was one of the best moments of my life. Just knowing that all the hard work that we put in to be able to get to that point, to see it finally play off. And like I said, we came close so many times before that. And for us to finally get to the top of the mountain, like I said, it was a very special moment for me, for sure.
Do you have a favorite Kirby practice memory, practice story from something you were involved in?
I remember one time we was in practice, and he was talking about the amount of interceptions that he had. And he was like, oh, I got 15 interceptions. Like, you only got 6. Like, I was like, dang, man. Like, but I couldn't argue with him, man. Kirby was a great player as well. That's probably one of my favorite practice moments from him. Because, you know, he's one of those guys, like, he like to push the button sometimes. You know, it shows you how competitive he is as a coach. And it's why he's a great coach at the end of the day.
Chris, if you were going to turn on the tape to show NFL teams your skill set, which one particular game would you show?
I would probably say the Oregon game, the first game of the season this year. I was able to make a lot of big plays in a lot of different ways, TFLs, interceptions, PBUs, big hits, and whatnot. I'll probably say the Oregon game.
Christopher, I'm not sure if you've answered this already, but what NFL player have you most modeled your game after? Who did you look up to when you were coming up?
It's a lot of players that I looked up to. Jalen Ramsey, Derwin James, Asante Samuel Jr., Kenny Moore, Tyrann Mathieu. It's plenty of players. I couldn't say just one player because I really love the game that much, and I really study a lot of players and try to take all those things that those players bring to the table and add it into my game at the end of the day.
Chris, when you got to Georgia, there was no NIL. What was the opportunity like to have that for a couple seasons? So how did you take advantage of it?
It was a great opportunity. You had the opportunity to be able to get out into the community and the opportunity to see other players succeed. I was way more happy to see other players take advantage of NIL than myself, and that was the culture built at the University of Georgia. A lot of people felt like NIL was going to cause other players to hate on other players, but it wasn't like that at UGA at all. You know, when you see another player taking advantage of their opportunity in NIL, whether it's having a camp, taking the opportunity to better the community or whatnot, you're always happy to see that at the end of the day. And that was the culture that we built at UGA.
Chris, is there a quarterback in the league that once you get there, you look forward to intercepting a pass from the most?
No, all of them. I want 32 interceptions. Yeah, or 31 because I don't want to pick up my team quarterback.
Do you prefer Chris or Christopher?
Chris. Yes, ma'am.
What do you want to showcase specifically to set yourself apart this week for these scouts?
First and foremost, my speed. I want to showcase that I could put out a good 40. At the end of the day, do great work in the drill work, show my versatility, how I can do it all on the field.
What kind of time do you think you'll run in that 40?
No comment. Y'all just gonna have to wait and see.
Chris, we look at Brock Bowers off the field, and he doesn't look like you would think he would look. What makes this guy? You know what I'm saying, right? Like, what makes this guy? And you've had to match up with him
every day.
How would you explain what this guy does and what he means to Georgia?
First and foremost, he's one of the most humble people you will be around. Like you said, he doesn't say a lot. He just puts his head down and works. At the end of the day, he doesn't come out there flashy. He doesn't wear all the sleeves and stuff like I like to wear, and all the leg sleeves and whatnot. Like you said, he come out there in cleats and gloves, and he's just ready to work. Like you said, he's a workhorse. Like you said, great hands, great route runner. He got tremendous amount of speed, and he definitely a task to deal with in practice every day.
I was going to say, what's the best matchup for him? We've seen safeties, we've seen linebackers, we've seen nickels. I mean, what does it take to match up with the guy?
I'm not sure if there is one. He can get open on anybody. Yep.
Chris, talking about guys that you've practiced with and against, who should we be looking for next year? One guy on offense, one guy on defense that'll step up and make some names.
One guy on defense, Javon Bullard. One guy on offense, Brock Bowers. Yep.
Chris, obviously safety's a tough position. You get played out, or you get put out in space, and you got to take on fast guys in the SEC. Talk us through from your freshman to senior growth, how you grew within that position in Kirby's defense.
Freshman year was probably my hardest year in terms of transitioning because you go from being a corner and pressing a lot, and it's just different mannerisms that you have to take as a corner rather than a safety. So that was definitely my hardest transition. Just learning how to stay in your back pedal, learning how to fit alleys from the top of the field. It's a different fit from corner and whatnot.
Did you feel like the skills that you developed at corner passed over to when you're playing in the nickel now, just like you shined at the Senior Bowl?
Yeah, definitely passed over. Like you said, playing off coverage at corner, it definitely helps you in the slot. And like you say, even playing press coverage, it gives you the opportunity to perfect your feet and your craft in that area as well. So it definitely helped me transition over quickly. Especially when you get in that slot. It doesn't transition as much as when you're in high infield in the post. That was something that I really had to learn. It took me about 6 months to really get that down pat. But once I got it down pat, sky was the limit.
Amazing.
What's an NFL team getting in Keely Ringo? Hey, what's an NFL team getting in Keely Ringo?
Oh, they're getting a freak athlete first and foremost. Super fast, super big, can jump with anybody, and like you said, great man coverage guy, and a guy willing to learn at the end of the day. Like I said, he's a really humble guy as well, along with a lot of players on our team. And at the end of the day, he's a great person and great kid, and they getting one of the best corners in the draft at the end of the day.
Chris, you were training with Kenny McIntosh. Did you learn anything new about Kenny, and what do you think might surprise people to learn about Kenny?
Kenny, my boy, I ain't learned nothing new about him. We already was locked in. But like I said, I had a great opportunity to spend a lot of time with him down there in Fort Lauderdale, and we just competed every day. Like
Did you actually race or just look at the times? Because I know you guys are both trying to push that number.
No, we didn't race, but like I said, we look at the time. We definitely want to compete with each other. Him along with a lot of other guys that I had the opportunity to meet down there. We got probably like 30 guys out here that I was training with. And like I said, it was a lot of competition between us, and just seeing guys be able to improve week in and week out, it was special.
We're all set. Thank you.
All right, man. Thank you.